Caution. The following podcast includes pop culture news and jokes. If you are sensitive and can't take a joke, I suggest you turn this off, eat something. Oh, you can't eat gluten? How do you even sleep at night? Don't answer that. Bring the noise!
Ladies and gentlemen.
Aw, snap! Welcome to another edition of the Ballistic Show. I'm your talented host, Ballistic Ike on the mic, aka Ike Moore, aka I got so many names, I'll be here all day, and I am back! Life has been crazy for a brother, and a lot of things been going on, but I had to make time to talk to you, my people, my compadres, my player partners, if you will. And you guys already know this, whenever we get together, we just talk about everything in the world of pop culture. We just, it's pure, unadulterated craziness, of course. Why do you think it's called the Ballistic Show? You think the name Ballistic is just to sell t-shirts? Which, by the way, may or may not be coming in the near future, but you didn't hear that from me. But enough of the housekeeping, enough of the monologues. You came here to hear, you get what I said there? Hear. You came here to hear my opinions on the latest in all things pop culture. So why don't we just get started? Now, where we last left off, there was big controversy in the world of NBC. Nick Cannon left America's Got Talent, citing creative differences with the executives, and all these rumors started spreading on who could possibly replace him. And an interesting thing to note, all of the rumors you heard had one thing in common. They were all black, which surprised a lot of people, because a lot of people were like, oh, why are they, replacing one black guy with another possible black guy? Well, the only thing I could describe it as is, you remember when you were a kid and you drank chocolate milk the first time? When you drank chocolate milk the first time, you didn't want white milk. I mean, of course, you respected white milk, of course, but you were in love with chocolate milk. You were even doing a little chocolate milk dance or whatever. You were just in love with that concept, and that's what NBC was. They had 8 years of Nick Cannon, 8 nonstop years of chocolate milk on their network. So now they're a chocolate addict. They said, I need more chocolate. So when they found out Nick Cannon was leaving, they went to find another black person. The only person I know that will go from 8 years of chocolate milk to going back to white is somebody called the United States of America. Granted, I don't think that's white milk. I think that's more of carrot juice because of his skin. So moving on, you had 8 years of Nick Cannon, so you had to find a replacement for him, and all these rumors started popping up. You heard rumors of Marlon Wayans, who I didn't even think of. I thought that would have been a great choice. He's comedy royalty. The Wayans, they're like comedy icons. Then you heard names like Brandon Michael Smith, who is a former Disney kid. I like some of his stuff back in the day. Sonny with a Chance. He was always the sidekick, so it would have been good to have him in his own spotlight. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I believe about a few weeks ago, NBC releases a tweet, and they announce that the new host of America's Got Talent is Tyra Banks. Talk about just randomly pulling a name out of a hat. None of the reports I read, none of the rumors said anything about Tyra Banks. And while we're talking about reports, let me just have a little bit of a rant to some of you entertainment publications out there. Some of you guys, when this whole thing was happening, all you guys did was copy and paste TMZ's original articles. None of you guys gave it your own words. None of you guys gave it your own spin. You were just copy and pasting. You know how hard it is for me to consume pop culture if I'm reading the same article from every single different type of website? Like with this podcast, what if instead of my vocals, you guys heard Stone Cold Steve Austin's voice like, this whole America's Got Talent controversy is a pain in the ass, and they need to hire my man Nick Cannon back, and that's the bottom line, cause Stone Cold said so. So anyway, America's Got Talent announces that Tyra Banks is the new host, and I'll admit it was a little bit of a random decision. It wasn't my first choice at all. In fact, it was none of my choices. From what I understand, they were close to locking down Marlon Wayans, but Marlon just wanted a lot of money. Those Wayans, if you want a Wayans on your show, you gotta hand over that moolah. Here's the thing though, I think this could actually work. Tyra always seemed to me like a fun personality. She seems like the type of person who, doesn't take herself that seriously and can have some fun, which is what this show needs. I can even say that over the years I've taken a look at her other show, America's Next Top Model. Yes, me, a man, a guy with nether regions. Yes, I've taken a look at America's Next Top Model. Now, granted, I haven't paid attention to it within the last year or so, and I understand they had a different person hosting. Rita Ora was taking over for Tyra after she left that show. But apparently, Tyra's coming back next season. She's coming back to America's Next Top Model. So apparently she'll be doing both America's Got Talent and America's Next Top Model at the same time. I gotta tell you, Ryan Seacrest started this trend, man. Now, everywhere I look, everybody's doing multiple things. You know, Steve Harvey got 1 million jobs. Nick Cannon has 1 million jobs, even though he left one. Tyra Banks apparently now is putting a lot more on her plate. Even Anthony Anderson. Let me tell you something about Anthony Anderson. Did you know that including Blackish, the NAACP Awards, BET Awards, he also hosts an animal show on Animal Planet? What the is he doing hosting an animal show? Animal Nation, I think the name of the show is. It's like every animal segment you've seen on a regular talk show, except it's the whole show, apparently. So yeah, apparently everybody's doing all these other things now. So I'm here to announce that besides this podcast and besides my comedy career, I'm also going to be doing poetry. I'm going to be opening up a sculpture show, which is all the sculptures I've made. And I'm also going to be showcasing my paintings that I've also done. Teaching yoga, which is a strictly female class. So sorry, fellas, you can't join in. So I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm sorry. I'm just talking you guys' heads off. I didn't even think I was going to stay on this subject for so long. But, you know, once you start rolling, you know, you got to keep going. This is all just me making up for lost time because I haven't been up here in a while. But shout out to Tyra Banks. Good luck on the new season. Good luck to everybody at America's Got Talent and NBC. And shout out to Nick Cannon because he actually has a new, I want to say it's a vlog. It's like he's doing YouTube videos now in between all of his other crazy projects. He's doing a YouTube channel. It's pretty funny. I actually enjoy it a lot. So make sure you subscribe to him, Nick Cannon. Speaking of funny, shout out to Dave Chappelle, the god Dave Chappelle. Let's clap it up for him. My favorite comedian of all time next to Chris Rock. He has returned and he has 2 new specials on Netflix. They both debuted this past week and they are absolutely hilarious. There's one he did in Hollywood and there's another one he did in Texas. I'm more of a fan of the Hollywood one. I felt like he was more in his element. He was more, he had a lot of energy. That one I believe has more of a chance to live on as one of the best specials of all time. The second one, it's funny too. But I think it was more of a stripped-down Chappelle, a more relaxed Chappelle. But of course, like anything else, we can't have nice things sometimes because people come out and try to be party poopers. There has been some talk online that Chappelle was being homophobic during the specials, that he was being transphobic. Apparently, he was also being hair-phobic because he doesn't have any hair. I don't know. Here's my thing. If you know Dave Chappelle's comedy, he talks about everybody. Okay? He spares no one. He even talked about Bill Cosby. Okay, regardless of your feelings of Bill Cosby, he went there. So all of this outrage, all of this anger, it's getting to the point where it's starting to, well, it hasn't started. It actually has annoyed me for a while. When are we as a conjoined nation going to grab a stress ball and just calm down? Maybe laugh a little bit, not take things so seriously for once, you know? What a concept. People out there are so worried. They're scared of concrete. I'm convinced they're even scared of concrete. They're scared of sidewalks. They're also scared of walls. They just find anything to just get, you know, upset about. But anyway, shout out to King Dave Chappelle. Welcome back. Don't worry about the naysayers. He delivered great comedy specials. And if you haven't watched it yet, go. It's on Netflix right now. Enjoy yourselves. And that'll do it for me, guys. I appreciate you guys listening to my long release, as I like to call it. You know, sometimes I like to have fun and I like to discuss things in a very exuberant manner. And for some reason, you guys like it. So good for you and good for me, too. As always, all my social media outlets include on Twitter at Ike Ballistic, on Instagram, Ballistic Ike Comedian, and my WordPress page, ballisticike.wordpress.com. Favorite my Spreaker page, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You know, spread the word, people. Let's make it happen. Let's grow this growing family of mine. Until next time, I've been your talented host, Ballistic Ike, reminding you it's okay to be ballistic as long as it's done responsibly. I'm out!